How's it going, everyone? This is Trick from Meta Smash, and I want to quickly let you guys know that I'm going to be hosting a Nail the Trick Combo Mastery Seminar. There's going to be over an hour of Nail the Trick content, so if you're interested, there'll be a link in the description. And with that being said, let's get into the video.
Ooh, nice.
I just did it. Okay, so there was something that happened there. I feel like you need to instill some more fear into yourself in certain situations, because there's some spots where you're swinging and you definitely shouldn't be, and I'm just not killing you. So the example I was thinking of is when I had you in the corner right here, I just walked away from you like this. I didn't do anything. And what you had done is you rolled on stage, and then I think you spot dodged, or you might have just turned around and just tried to hit me immediately. So in a situation like that, I'm not saying you have to shield, but you shouldn't be thinking that you can actually hit me there. Okay, I just wanted to see if you would run, or if you would spot dodge, or jump away, or like jump away with like a back air like that or something. And the reason why I point this out too is because you were at pretty high percent, and I was playing as Pyra. I think you were around like 94 or 93 in that range. And I was playing as Pyra at the corner. If I up smashed you, or F smashed you, or like if I forward tilted you wouldn't die, or up tilted you wouldn't die. But I definitely could have hit you before you hit me. I'm not saying you have to like roll on stage and then run for your life, but if you're going to get on stage, in some cases, don't be afraid to get up and then shield, right? Or get up, and if you have to fight from the corner, that's fine. If I'm like not right beside you, but I was basically right beside you and you rolled beside me. So if I'm here, and I'm right here, let's say, for example, and I'm not doing anything, if I'm not like in the middle of like charging and you can roll behind me for free because I've clearly misspaced something, that's different. But if I'm just standing at roll distance, you should not be trying to roll and then fight me from there. It's not a huge deal, but something that you should be aware of, because I think in the game that it happened, like not last game, but the one before that, you were at like super high percent. I think at that percent, I think you were around like 130 or 140, and I could have basically killed you with anything. Having a good sense of urgency is totally fine, trying to lock in with your play. So if you make a mistake, but you could defend yourself, then it's a judgment call, I guess you could say. But if you've made a mistake, let's say if you see that I'm standing at roll distance and you've chosen to roll, whether or not you realize it's a mistake, like let's say previous to this conversation, you should know something bad probably will happen. If we're playing offline, then you absolutely should have been at least hit, if not dead. If you rolling could have been a different option, that's fine. But if you've already chosen to roll, then you luckily didn't get hit, then you should be thinking reset, not turn around and try and hit me. Oh, you could have hit me there. It's all good though. Yeah, I feel like at the end there, yeah, you kind of outspaced me pretty well. I think you kind of just caught yourself off guard. If you had thrown out like even just a jab, I feel like if you're gonna play as Pyra, you want to make sure you have a pretty considerable lead on me still. And you got to catch me just overextending. You have to be like 90-10 movement, I feel like, if you're going to be using Pyra. But yeah, Mithra, like as you saw, Foresight does wonders, because one of the things you can just even use to your advantage mentality-wise is that if a Roy gets close to you, they're probably going to swing. So if they get stuck on your shield, like with Double-Edged Dance, that's a free Foresight every single time. But everything else, everything he has is a single hit move except for Nair, right? So if I run up and go for forward tilt, down tilt, jab, landing fair, back air, whatever, right? Dash attack, which I probably wouldn't do, but anything else, you could go for that Foresight. So I had to start calling it out pretty heavy, but that would be, in my opinion, the key to your success more often than not, is just trying to get that worked in like it's an actual move, and then just getting bigger punishes off of that. That's going to get your smash attacks more involved as well too, just to get more ledge traps and edge guards. I think this was pretty good, pretty solid stuff altogether. I don't really see any major problems. Like we basically went over all of that at the beginning, like the dash attack stuff. Like you're gonna hopefully work on some combo game stuff as well too. Didn't really get into too much ledge trapping, but I thought ledge trapping was actually decent. You could use a little bit more Flame Nova with Pyra, a little bit more empty hopping, or even just falling up air with Pyra as well, since it basically auto cancels, so you can bait people with like falling up air into forward tilt or down tilt up air and stuff like that too.
I think just the thing for me, which I think I've mentioned in my message too, was that it feels like I'm just like really close to like becoming like a consistent top 8er or something, but it's always something like I get really nervous like in last hit situations and stuff like that.
There's a couple of things that could happen there too. Is if it's matchup infamiliarity is number one. If you don't really know the matchup, like you can say you know it, but like you don't know the frame data of it. So it's like, you know, let's say you know the, I don't know, Wario matchup, but you don't actually know what is unsafe and safe on shield. You don't know that his half waft has iframes on it from frame like 5 to 8, for example. So even if he's wrong and you challenge it, you can still die. Just like super small niche things about certain matchups that could be part of it, which can make you hold back a little bit. And then there's also, yeah, I feel like combo optimization can be part of it too. But also, like we talked about, like just swinging a little bit wildly when someone's a high percent and you just want to try and get their stock over with. I think the biggest bit of advice I can give you with regards to breaking through that wall from like mid-high level player to top 8 to potentially winning a tournament is knowing that when you go to a tournament, you're going to be spending your night there no matter what. So there's no reason to rush any part of your game. It feels like it's overlooked, but it's like if you're going to spend the night, let's say if it's 2 hours, 3 hours, or 4 hours, or however long it is, there's no reason to rush through a set or even rush to get a kill to end a set a few seconds earlier. Because if you try and make that risky play, sometimes it can pay off and it's exactly what you wanted, and other times it's like, why did I do this? Like, why am I rushing for no reason? There's no reason to put pressure on yourself to win in a certain way. And as you get to higher and higher levels of play, the person that wants it more is the person that wins. And the person that wants it more is the person that's willing to slow down the game because they don't have to style on you to win. Styling on you, or not you, but like styling on the opponent is winning. That's it. If you have a 1-0 record on someone or 3-0 record or whatever it is, that's the style that you're looking for. So when you fight these better players, they don't care if they never landed a spike on you or never broke your shield or never did a cool combo. They won. That's all they care about. So if you are on, maybe not that you don't know, like don't get that, but maybe if that was something that you never had cross your mind, that could possibly be it. Because for me, that was the switch being flipped for me, for sure. Being like, I'm here anyways. Why throw? There's just no point.
Yeah, that's good info. Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing besides knowing what is, like if you were to go much more micro and say what is safe or unsafe on shield in a particular matchup, take that into consideration. If you have to fight against a Mario player, you should know what moves are super safe, which moves cross up shield, which moves have armor or have iframes, or which moves you can't challenge at all because they have too much pushback. So if you try and grab it, won't work. But if you fair at a shield or up smash at a shield, it will work. Like those are the types of things you want to break down. And as you get to higher and higher levels of play, there's less characters to worry about. When you're in like mid-level play and you're kind of in like the pools area, you have to know how to fight almost every character to an extent because you don't know who you're going to fight. But once you get to the higher level of play and you start to fight the top players there every single week, they're not switching characters every single week. If you know you have a top Pikachu or Snake or Inkling or Pyramith or at your local, you're probably gonna have to fight them every single week. So you should take those matchups seriously and learn every single move about that character. So if they make a small mistake, because most top players will make very small mistakes, it's still a mistake that you can win off of versus being like, I just didn't know.
Yeah, that's really good. I remember watching one of your videos that was just something like fighting against a top player, you know, and you're just like, and you just don't do good at tournaments. They're probably not going to care. They're probably going to go for a lot more unsafe things.
Mhm.
So you said something like using spacing or like positioning and just trying to capitalize on their bad moves, on stuff that they shouldn't be doing. And that was also one thing that helped me too,
Mhm.
because I fought like a couple of top players here. I didn't beat them, but I've gotten a lot closer to winning because of that.
Yeah, here's the thing is, if people are making very risky plays, another very risky thing that somebody might do that might kind of go under the radar for you is how they're using their aerial drift in bad situations. Because if a player doesn't respect you or your options or your ability to execute, they're going to more often than not drift towards you because they think you're going to miss whatever you're going to try and do. So as soon as you miss, they can just counterattack you versus being like, oh shit, I have to reset to the ledge or go to a platform and just get away from you. Yeah, those are just, I'd almost call that like the body language of Smash, or body language of a player's personality while playing. If someone's ultra aggressive, either they're super good or they don't think you're good at all and they're going to just do whatever they want. But you can still punish someone very heavily regardless of if they're good or not, by saying, hey, if you want to just jump on my shield and dash attack my shield because you think I'm not going to do anything, I'll just up B or up smash or nair or grab every single time and you're going to pay for it and start respecting my character.